starting right here, going all the way down to the corner here where the Grinch house is supposed to get redesigned. Now, I said I was going to do that after I got the park area done. The park area is done. So I've been thinking about this area, standing here looking at the village, and I'm like, you know what? This side of the mountain looks like it could use a little bit more height. So, you know, one thing leads to another. This is what my thought is. I'm going to take those three buildings right there off and all the accessories that are around them, and then carve up a piece or two of foam to get more height on them, and then paint them, put the buildings and everything back, and then like I said, one thing leads to another. I think I'm going to take all these off and add a little bit more height over there as well. And then we should be able to get into this area. Okay, I think I got it. So underneath the mountain retreat building right there, I have a piece of purple styrofoam that will need to be carved and painted. Gave that building a little bit more height, and then I am gonna have to glue that piece down. So I did move the pine wood cabin. I don't know if they're gonna stay that way or not. I might end up shifting them around again. And then I added two pieces that are long enough to give all three of those a little bit more height over there. And then that piece right there is gonna go under Nick's tree farm. So I have 4 pieces that I need to carve, and it is going to create the height that I'm looking for. And then I'll be able to start down there. I got my little hot wire foam factory knife, and I'm just gonna kind of start carving away. Got a trash can right here. I'm just throwing the pieces away as I go. So I just kind of go in and out, kind of. We are out in the garage, so we are going to hear dogs barking, kids, and all that good stuff. So I'm sorry. So that's kind of how I do that. Just do little angles too. Just kind of give it a little bit different look, so it's not all the same direction. This is for Nick's tree farm. I do want to kind of take the side down a little bit, so I'm going to do that first. And then I did mark on the bottom, so I know what one goes where. And again, I'm going to take this corner down as well. Ooh, looks perfect. I think just a little bit more right there. All right. Okay, I think that, oh no, I don't like this corner here. I'm going to round it up a little bit. Yeah, I think. All right, I think that one's good. It's time to mix up our paint color so we can start painting. I have a natural gray and then a black that I'm using. I did grab some disposable gloves. I've got quite a few pieces of foam board that I need to paint, so I'm gonna end up with it all over myself. So I'm just gonna kind of help protect my hands a little bit. I'm gonna mix it all on this paper plate. So, and then I just have a little paintbrush. I am going to need quite a bit. It was a new bottle, so I had to take the top off. And I already got paint all over my gloves. So that was a smart idea to put gloves on. I am going to just put a whole bunch. I might end up using this whole bottle. I'm just gonna put a little at a time until I get the color that I'm after. I'll probably take it out to the pieces that are out in the layout room and make sure that it matches up. All right, we are mixed together and it is a perfect match. So I'm gonna start by getting in these little grooves and getting my first coat of paint all over. I do also want to make sure that I get around the bottom edge because you never know when there might be a little bit of overhang. The gray base paint is all dry. You can still see a little bit of the purple styrofoam, but it's gonna get covered up with the white. So I have a little bit of my white paint on a piece of cardboard. This brush is a little bit stiffer and I like to use the stiffer brushes for this part. So I'll just dip it in and pat it up, tap it off, and just start adding on. Now when it comes to the top, brush it on. Well, this side of the mountain has a little bit more height than what it once did. I think it balances out nicely with the other side. So that little area right there has to be open like that. That way I can reach my train on the mountain loop. Otherwise, I would have buildings back there. So over on the side, what I did is all four of those buildings and then next tree farm all got a little bit of height underneath them. I did move these three around. I don't remember what one was where. I like how it looks now, so we're gonna run with it. I did glue some of my foam pieces together. I know some have been concerned that I don't glue all of my stacks of styrofoam pieces together. I did underneath the hunting lodge. I made sure that those ones were glued together. And then the mountain retreat, I also glued underneath that one, a couple of those together. So all the cords on the side of the mountain are hid. I've added trees and all the people and all that good stuff over on this side. This side of the mountain, I do still need to do all that. Needs more trees, needs cords hid. Before I get into doing any of that though, there's a couple places that I think I can carve up some rocks to help hide cords a little bit with. So I want to do that. And then I'm thinking that little area right there, I want to do a couple like little rocks and then make it like a little bear cave. So now that this side of the mountain has a little bit more height, we can add height down here. I'm not going to add a lot, probably, I don't know, I can't really say exactly how many pieces I'm going to end up adding over here, but I am going to add some height over here. And then once I get this all added height to, we can start redesigning this area.